Oh my gosh, keep it going for Gina, everyone. Very good points also about the Netflix situation. Especially for someone who watched 4 episodes in and was like, I think this is a different family. But I still didn't even know. So thank you, Gina. Everyone, I think you know what I'm about to say. But don't worry, because I'm going to say it again. And I'm also going to keep on saying it. The comedy doesn't stop on a Sunday, it just doesn't. Everyone, pretty soon we'll all have to chant this together. And I'm not even going to tell you when. Everyone, I am so thrilled to welcome the next comic that's about to come to this microphone. He is so funny, been to Silver Branch many times, always kills it. Everyone, please join me in welcoming the very funny Pat Paulson to the stage!
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, I really appreciate you guys coming out, I do, seriously, so cheers. Because there's a lot of stuff you could be doing right now. I mean, like church. No, but there's a lot of entertainment options. You could be out there doing any kind of thing, and you chose to come support local comedy, local brewing, so please give yourselves a hand. I really do appreciate that, seriously. Especially because there are so many things to do here, and I'm from a small town where there's nothing to do. I mean, that's an exaggeration. Obviously, there's at least one thing to do. You can always do heroin. There's no kids here, right? I'm from a place you might have heard of. It's called Baltimore. Let me finish. Ohio. Yeah. We have one too. Yeah, a lot of you guys might have laughed at that, and those who didn't probably learned a little bit. Yeah, there's Baltimores everywhere. And that's not like a metaphor or something, you know? Like, people just keep leaving Baltimore, Maryland going, fuck it, dude, reset. Like, we can do better. And in Baltimore, Ohio, they did the same. They're like, let's form a small town and then heroin. And I didn't know it was a problem, you know, growing up. I'm scared of certain kinds of beer. I'm not gonna fuck with heroin. You know, I learned it the nerdiest way you can learn about drugs. I learned it by watching 60 Minutes. Our town is on 60 Minutes, which means our town is one level above a town on Cops. Like, Cops is always like, look at this shithole, let's laugh at it. And 60 Minutes is more like, is this place a shithole? Answer, yes, yeah, it always is. They're always asking a question they know the answer to, you know? Like, the episode will be titled something like, El Paso, Crisis at the Border, question mark? Or Flint, lead in the water, question mark? Or Baltimore, heroin in the heartland. No question mark. They were real rude about that one. I mean, just shift. It's easy. Just put it in the title. I mean, come on, help. Yeah, it turns out in my town you can get heroin anytime, night or day. You just call a guy. He delivers in 10 minutes. Yeah, the mayor was like, we got to track him down and put him in jail. And I was like, we got to track him down and put him in charge of delivering other shit. Like, look, I don't want heroin, but like, I love pizza. Just see what they can do with that. Like, look, like a lot of us in small town aren't heroin addicts, we're just alcoholics, right? And if I'm drunk at my parents' house at 3 in the morning and you get me pizza in 10 minutes, I'll pay you heroin prices. I mean, this could be a good business model. I really think it could. But let's go back to it's a small town, and I didn't learn that very quickly. I didn't learn it until I was 14 and I went to a new school, and they didn't get out of school for deer hunting. I was like, you gotta wait for the weekend? Well, the good ones are gonna be gone. You're gonna be picking through the leftovers. I mean, it didn't help with me, like, because I'm not a big hunter or anything. Is anyone here? You maybe? No? No? Okay. You guys don't know about hunting at all? Cool. I didn't kill a deer until I was 17. And I did it the right way. I had both of my hands firmly gripped on my .03 caliber Dodge Caravan, and it's actually my mom's weapon, not mine. And this deer jumped in front of me, and I nailed him. Perfect shot. Here's the thing about hitting a deer. There's no way to describe it where you don't run into a metaphor that you're in. Because it was like, he hopped out there, and then he just stood there, and I was like, he's just standing there like a fucking... Like, I'm like, that is a hell of a saying. Like, you really didn't move. I'm like, you are just so dumb. You're just standing there like a... And then I hit him, and then my mom was real mad. I was like, come on, Mom, first blood. Like, just... And it turns out in the state of Ohio, you are allowed to bring home roadkill and eat it. I didn't know that till after someone told me. I was like, oh, so I messed up her car for no reason? I guess that's awful. I left the small town. I grew up a nerd, left the small town, still a nerd, came to DC, now I'm not a nerd anymore. It's crazy. Like, there's a whole other level here. It's out of control. I don't know. My brother left the small town, but he overdid it, if that makes sense. Like, everyone that grows up in a small town and leaves should just go to the nearest big city. Like, dude, go to Cleveland. They got sports, they got race problems, they got a museum. Like, it's a big city, go, like, it's there. He went to Afghanistan, like, I mean in the army, not for surfing. Like, just, they got sent there. He was like, can I go to Italy? They're like, nope, you're going to Afghanistan. And the weird thing about being in the army in Afghanistan is you realize the army is just basically like the DMV or the post office, but with guns. Like, it's a somewhat incompetent branch of the government. Like, we had to send in pieces all the time for stuff. It was like, they sent me night vision goggles, but I can't use them until I get batteries. Like, they gotta come from here? Like, that? Like, I don't know, but one time he called me, not my mom. He's like, hey, Pat, I need you to send me something Mom won't send me. And I said, hey, Kyle, I'm not gonna send you drugs, man. You're in Afghanistan, that's where they make drugs. If anyone doesn't know, Afghanistan is where like 90% of the world's opium comes from. And I said, figure something out. Like, if you were in a Domino's, I'm not gonna order you a pizza. You can figure it out. He said, no, it's nothing weird. I just want you to send me the new Call of Duty. Yeah, that's way weirder. Like, aren't you in? Like, if you want to play Call of Duty, isn't there like a super realistic version, like 5 feet outside? Like, just, I don't know. It's kind of cool that he can play a video game of his job, or that he's dedicated enough to go home, go on break, and play his job. Like, look, I work in an office, and so do most of you. Does anyone go home and fire up Microsoft Office for fun? Anyone? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We can travel again now that COVID's kind of done, and I'm not looking forward to it because the last place I went to, I screwed up. I went to New Orleans. This is the first time I've said that no one said, woo! Which is like the mating call of New Orleans. But I went there for the wrong reason. I went there for my honeymoon. And if you get one chance to go to New Orleans, go there after your divorce. Or for a bachelor party at worst. It's out of control. It's too wild. It's too wild. The laws are different. Like in DC and most of the country, you can't drink on the street. And in New Orleans, you're not allowed to use the street unless you're drunk. It's totally different. It's totally different. We went there, and the guy at the hotel was like, hey, welcome to New Orleans. What are you gonna do? And we were like, we're just gonna walk around. And he's like, you're gonna walk around? It's like, you're gonna get raped and murdered and then raped again. Like, he drew this map of the city and he crossed out 90% of it. He's like, you can go here. I know, it was crazy. It was wild. And it turns out they are very aggressive about the on-street drinking there. I walked on the one street I'm allowed to, and the guy's like, you want a daiquiri? Hold on, it wasn't like that. He was like, you want a daiquiri? And I was like, okay, sure, what flavors do you have? And he just starts listing colors. Like, he's like, yellow, blue, green. I'm like, well, we don't have any fruits. I'm gonna get the antifreeze. Let's go blue. Like, let's just do the full, unnatural thing. And so, walking along the street, trying to have fun. And then we realized we went there at the wrong time. It was mid-October. And in mid-October, all these, I don't know how you call them. You know those big, like, mosquitoes you sometimes see buzzing around? I think they're called mayflies. It was mayfly mating season. What that means is all the mayflies from the United States and certain parts of Mexico come to New Orleans, and they have an orgy in the sky. And it makes Burning Man look like coffee after church. They have mosquito sex for 3 days until they die. And then when they die, they come down like a precise drone strike into your antifreeze drink. Or sometimes on your wife's face. Yeah, terrible, terrible. You're blushing bright as mosquito come on her face. It's very embarrassing. It's almost as bad as that it was LSU versus Alabama, and LSU won, which meant it was, I don't know how you call it, these those big, fat Southern Americans, I think they're called rednecks, which meant it was their mating season too. And so if there's anything less romantic than a mosquito smashing on your wife's face is having her cat called by 50 dudes named Skeeter. I mean, Jesus. All right, anyway, you guys have been great. I really do appreciate it. Seriously, give yourselves a hand, and that's my time.
Oh my gosh, keep it going for Pat Paulson.